You know, folks, this is a dream come true for the Scrawler. I'm sitting here at the coach's corner desk, the great Don Cherry, and you know, Sun readers.
This is it.
I mean, you know, the greatest newspaper. You tell us.
Sun's always been good to me.
And your message to kids, which is, you know, and Tim sort of addressed this. The reason you're still where you are is because you are every man.
The Montreal fans booing me like that? Music to my ears.
What you really are is the guy who they don't want. They didn't want you obviously in the American League. They traded you 56 times, right? But you never stop.
I never thought of that, and it's funny. I used to do that when I played, and it used to get me traded. And I did that when I coached, and it got me, got me traded, if you want, fired. And I did this with CBC. And at CBC, I've been fired about 10 times. I'm told a couple of times a few years ago that this was my last year. So, yeah, I suppose you're right. I never thought of that.
Sherry's going to scrimmage with the Leafs today. Get him a uniform.
Okay, take that sweater off and get on the ice.
When I saw Ellis skating with his head down, I just couldn't resist. I figured checking the big star'd get me noticed. Oh yeah, got me noticed all right.
Get that 50-cent hockey player off the ice before he kills my $1 million hockey player.
Even when we were done filming, I just said, you know, there's something about this that just doesn't quite seem real yet, and I think that that may happen when it goes to air on Sunday.
What if you'd played like your brother played, and then, you know, a lot of guys play, you know, you wouldn't be where you are today. I mean, you know,
and if I hadn't got laid off in construction, as things work out, the Lord works them. If I hadn't got laid off in construction, which I thought was the end of the world, that I wouldn't have got back into hockey. Because I was perfectly happy on a jackhammer. I worked so hard to get back in shape. One day Rose says, you're going to kill yourself. And I said, yeah, I'll die, either die or make the team.
Finally there, guy.
I will poke out try if you don't sit still.
They're going to come in and give him a whack.
You know, like the one thing that Cindy and I and my dad were really worried about was not so much Dad's portrayal. I know Jared did a great job and stuff, but really how to portray Mom. Mom was, you know, to be strong but yet not be overly dramatic, and which Mom was kind of quiet.
Look, Rose, it's just what happens to hockey players. We get traded.
We don't know anybody in Springfield.
You make friends with the wives.
I'll tell you, a couple of times, I had a tough time not going up and hugging her. I had to leave the room. And for a couple of scenes, I couldn't stand it. Because she had Rose's clothes down that Cindy got them. She had her hair down perfect, and she had her accent down perfect. It was a Pennsylvania accent.
What woman would have put up with me like her? She was 1 in a million.
I'll throw a couple hockey things at you.
Yeah.
The Leafs, you know, only one guy, Carpenter, left. I mean, it's all new guys.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, well, they're giving it the old try now, and you have to admire him. He's got a good defense. He's got two good goaltenders. He's got one sniper. He's got one real tough guy, and that's a start.
You better not show this one again.
Coach of the year, Don Cherry.
We'll get him in overtime. We'll get him in overtime.
We're going to win this thing. Now pull your heads out of your asses and get ready for the biggest period of your lives.
Is that it's just too personal.
Yeah, I did not want to do it, and I'm still not jumping for joy over it, but I did it for Tim. And there's a lot of personal stuff in there that I personally don't want to. I wouldn't have let out.
Thank you, Don. Thank you very much. Congratulations on the movie.